Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, football's been a huge journey for me in life. It's always been feels like the thing that's guiding and directing my path. So, I'm just extremely thankful that I found my way to Southwest, and I feel like through my 2 years at Southwest, I learned so much and was able to grow and become a better man. And I think when I go to Tuskegee, I'm gonna be able to represent well and put on for everyone who's helped me get to here, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys play any other sports?
Oh yeah, we played them all. We played basketball, baseball. We even played lacrosse for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Track. He did track.
Yeah.
Were you guys always on the same team?
Nah, never. We actually we were just missing it with the age gap, and then in high school we played each other one time, played against each other. He was a youngin'. He was a sophomore. I was a senior. He was starting corner.
Yeah.
They had him playing corner, so for me, that was I was going at him all game.
Oh yeah.
He was holding it down. He was doing his thing, but yeah, it was fun. I mean, I even remember that game that's something I'll always remember. I remember towards the end of the game they were winning, and I was running up the middle. The game was over, and I just remember getting tackled, and there's a kind of a pile. I'm on the pile getting away from everything. And someone just comes flying in late, from the right, and just smacked me. Started talking mess, and I was like, hold on, that sounds familiar. I get up, this dude come in and hit me late and everything. The ref's trying to break it up. I'm like, man, this is my brother.
see what I mean? Even as young kids, no one knew they were brothers.
Man.
Wow, that's a good story. So where'd you guys grow up at? What high schools did you go to?
Yeah.
I went to Skyline High School up in Washington, and moved down to Culver City for my senior year. Graduated from there, and went to Fullerton for a year, and then went over to Southwest last year. Then I got one more year at Southwest.
What was your high school football career like, Ryan?
It was good. Freshman and sophomore year, real good. Played both seasons, was healthy, did good. My junior year, it was the COVID season, and I pulled my hamstring real bad and wasn't able to participate. And then my senior year, went to Culver City. Was excited for my senior year. A week before the first game, I broke my collarbone and kind of put me out for about 5 games. Came back, wasn't totally 100% healthy, but
this dude was not cleared to play. This dude got a doctor's note from the doctor that said Ryan Franklin is not cleared to play.
Hey.
This dude photoshopped the part that said not, took it to his trainer, and it said Ryan Franklin is cleared to play. He showed his.
Oh no, he didn't. Wow.
Yeah, got to get it by any means.
That's cool.
I was blocking with one hand too.
So you were injured last year at the beginning of the season. See, that's karma. That karma came back on you for changing that paper 20 years later.
Exactly.
That's that adversity.
Yeah, it's injuries have definitely taught me a lot about perseverance. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's a desire to play, though, man. You can't be mad at that. So here, I got a question for you guys, man. You guys got to help me out. When I saw you guys, I was like, I got to ask this question. All right. How did 2 white guys end up at Southwest? How'd you guys fight? You guys was walking y'all dog or something? Gentrify the neighborhood? What's going on, brothers? Hey, we love it. Ain't no color lines here. I just want to know about HBCU Southwest Junior College Southwest.
Man, I'm gonna quote the great Coach Miller on this one. There's only one race, the human race, homie.
All right, I love it. We wish everybody thought like you, man. Y'all some good young men. Y'all gonna go far.
No, but seriously. So I mean, I had come out here for California JUCO, and the first JUCO I was at Santa Ana College. It didn't really work out for whatever reason, and I was looking for a place that needed a quarterback because I knew I could play. I knew Southwest needed a quarterback. Honestly, I didn't even know where it was at or anything. You know, I'm not from Cali, so
Right.
you know, I'm down. I just took the train up to Southwest, and yeah, and from there on, I'm nothing but love. Always felt welcome there. I mean, it's never been like a. I mean, yeah, I think me and my brother were the only white kids on the team, but it's never felt like a.
Right.
I've never even noticed it, to be honest with you. You know, growing up, we always had a lot of friends. Didn't matter what race. So
That's a beautiful.
You guys never seen Boys in the Hood or Juice?
hey man, we watched Juice. We watched Juice way before. Man, we watched.
Oh, you watched Juice?
Oh yeah, we been watching. Man.
So you wasn't scared?
You weren't scared off, man?
Y'all want to know a funny story? Man, we used to. So like, we'd watch a movie like Juice or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were young. Like, I'm talking like, shoot, I don't even know, like what, like 12 years old or something like that. We'd be watching Juice and stuff, and we'd look at like hood movies like Juice, trying to find the next movie to watch.
Yeah. Favorite movies.
Yeah.
So
Juice is a good one though.
This journey is destiny. It all ended up the way it was supposed to end up, right?
Exactly.
It does feel that way. Yeah.
It really does.
You know, that's the one thing about football, man, is I'm sure you young men can contest to this, is that it's unlike the world, because everything on the football field is equal. Like you said, no matter what color you are, it's the only thing that we can go in with. You're white, you're black, Hispanic, whatever race you are, and when you're on that team, you know, between those lines, you guys are brothers, and everybody got a job to do, and everybody matters equally. Would you guys agree with that?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Man, I say it all the time. Football is a fraternity. Like, football can link you in with so many people in life, and it really does feel like a fraternity for life, kind of.
Absolutely.
You know, the thing I miss the most, I don't miss, getting tackled. I don't miss the 2-a-days. Yeah, I don't miss, going to Monday mornings meeting and getting yelled at because I fumbled. But what I miss the most, man, is being in that huddle. There's something about that huddle that I miss. It's just being with 10 other guys, and we join hands and we're going to battle. That's what I miss the most. What about you, Ron?
I miss it, man, because
I miss the huddle though, man.
Because of the competitiveness.
Yeah.
So that it brings, like, I loved one-on-ones when I got to D1.
Yeah.
Just the fact that it was you against this one guy, and the best guy won. You know, I wasn't a track guy, so the football field had to be the place where I could separate myself in terms of how competitive and how spirited I was about the game and being successful. I miss that part of it. I don't miss the training. As a matter of fact, as a coach now, I see these guys running. I think to myself, I don't even know how in the hell I did that, because definitely couldn't do it now. But at the same time, I do understand how important it is to keep yourself physically fit, to be in shape, because it's bigger than what the players think. They don't understand the psychological edge of being in shape.
Yep.
You know, what my college coach said, fatigue makes a coward out of all of us. So what that means is the best prepared athlete in the weight room and on the football field wins in the close games. When it's 4th down and 3, who worked out the hardest in the spring? Who worked out the hardest in the summer? Who paid the price for greatness, during the off season? And I think that's the message that we don't say when we're out here running these guys to death and making sure they're showing up to the weight room, making sure they're showing up to workouts, because we understand that we're all doing this. All teams are doing this, but the team that does it the best, the team that shows up every day, the team that gives it their all, the teams that takes it past the threshold, those are the teams that win in the end. And I think we proved that last year in our last game of the season when we won on a last-second play. You think back to all the things that we did leading up to that. How the adversity we experienced as a team, the adversity you experienced coming into a new program and learning a new system. Can you talk about that, Mike? How the first year at Southwest versus the second year and all the things that you learned. And I know me and you had some conversations and you weren't really secure about what we were doing. Talk about that.
Yeah. So yeah, my first year at Southwest, we had a different coaching staff. It was tough because we didn't necessarily have the best discipline as a team. We didn't really have the best attendance at practice, which made it really difficult on game days. I mean, yeah, like there was weeks where all week at practice we wouldn't have over 15 guys like show up to a single practice. So like, but you know, everyone would be there on Saturday for sure. So like, you know, just showing up on game day and kind of like just really, really winging it was definitely like an experience. And I think I learned a lot from it as well. Maybe not like X's and O's or like real football knowledge, but life knowledge and toughness and some other things for sure. But then, yeah, so then as soon as Coach Miller and all them got hired and we actually had that first meeting and I got to meet all the coaches and everything, I knew it was the right decision to stay with them because I could tell that they had everything together. And I think what you're talking about, like in the beginning of the season when I was kind of upset, at a point it was mostly stemming from the fact of like me just learning that I don't have to do it all on my own. Maybe like the previous year where I'm literally running the meetings and trying to drive all around South Central, picking up 5-6 teammates just to get them into practice. So we had enough to run a certain drill, like half skelly or something. So, you know, like just being able to kind of let go of some of those like responsibilities and just say, you know what, I'm just going to follow the system. These dudes have been coaching for a long time. They probably know better than me. Let me just fully buy into the system. And honestly, that's what won us. That we had a good stretch at the back half of the season. And that's what won us those games was me and everybody else just buying into the system, trusting practice, trusting the system, trusting everything that they want us to do. You know, it was easy once I did that. Just put my full trust in it and just do what y'all want me to do. It was easy.
Right, Ryan. So you played 2 games?
I played about 1 game in 1 quarter.
1 game in 1 quarter, but in that
His
1
brother
game
laughing
in
at
1
him.
quarter, in that 1 game in that 1 quarter, you were killing it. You had probably 6 or 7 catches and 2 TDs or something like that.
Nice.
Get more catches.
Shoot, first game I think I had 11 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so from looking from your vantage point, and I know that it was difficult for you to you know being injured, you know, because number one, you and your brother have always wanted to share the same football field. You guys always wanted to play together and just see what you guys can do in battle. I saw some of that last week at the HBCU combine, and man, these guys right here, they better be lucky. But I say if you don't get hurt last week, we guarantee 2 more wins. We definitely beat Santa Monica. But anyway, so I just want to say, what was your vantage point looking in, seeing the things that your brother had went through, and how did you perceive and observe last season as it pertains to him and his growth?
Yeah, I mean, I was super proud of him. You know, Mike can be a little bit of a hothead sometimes.
Right.
Seeing passionate. Yeah, it's just passion. But seeing him battle that, you know, I get hurt. He's got to do it without his brother. You know, like that's something we worked for. You know, I know it made me mad. I know it made him mad for sure. And just being able to see him overcome that, put the team first. You know, I couldn't be more proud of this guy. I'm super grateful to have him as a brother. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does next for sure.
Hey, and the crazy part is like, you know, a lot of times little brothers learn stuff from the older brother. I've learned just as much from him, just watching him go through the adversity that he's gone through and just battling, and most consistent hard worker that I've ever seen. So when I'm, you know, maybe not as consistent sometimes. I mean, the other night, this dude's like, it's like 10 at night. He's like, you want to go on a run? I was like, bro, let's go tomorrow. and then a couple minutes later, this dude comes out fully dressed to go on a run. And I'm like, you know, I'm just sitting there like, okay, well, now I have to go.
Yeah.
So, you know, just stuff like that, it makes us better for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
So where does that passion come from? Does it come from your upbringing, your parents? You guys seem very focused, dedicated, and you know what you want. You know what you want.
Yeah. I mean, we got amazing parents, honestly.
Okay.
Like, both of them has showed us perseverance in so many ways in their life, and it definitely reflects on us. Toughness, all that just, I think, comes from our parents for sure. We're very close to our grandma as well. Family has a huge impact on us for sure.
Huge.
And then just I don't know what it was. Just since we were a youth, just like competition and particularly football. I don't know if it's the contact part of it.
Yeah.
We just fell in love. I mean, you know, even just anything competition wise, like we do a little bit of kickboxing training in the off season. So like we'll go to the gym and spar each other, and I mean that's always fun. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can attest to the family. I mean, you know, you look in the stands and it's either mom and dad, for sure mom, you know, based on whether or not they have to travel for business. So yeah, they do have a very supportive family structure and bond going on there. I admire the way you guys treat and love on your mom. You guys are great boys and are great examples of how you're supposed to be with your mom. You guys are openly affectionate with her. You guys have great communication with your parents, and it's a sight for me to see because, you know, I didn't grow up with my mom. So when I see you guys reacting or interacting with your mom, it reminds me of what, you know, what I could have had. But I'm also proud that you guys are experiencing that, and it's a sight to see. So moving right along, what is your parents think about you accepting the scholarship to Tuskegee?
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, they're extremely excited. My dad, you know, he's always like super focused on the school part, so he's like he loves it because it's a good school. And my mom, you know, she just wants me to be happy, so she sees me happy, she's happy. But yeah, I mean, I'm extremely grateful. I just want to go out there and be a light and be positive impact on the team, and you know, actually something I want to get out. Something I want to get into out there is, I mean, we do some community service and charity work with Coach Jenkins. I mean, that's something that we just definitely, like, I know, fell in love with. So I hope out there I can find an opportunity to do that.
I hope you do too. That's one of the reasons why I introduced that to you guys, to get you guys to understand that it's bigger than just football. It's about community. And those kids that you guys worked with last year during the summer, they were all young kids that came from unfortunate situations, you know, foster care. But the time you guys spent with them, putting on that football camp with them, they'll remember that for the rest of their lives. But also, I knew that you guys would remember it for the rest of your lives as well. You got pictures and memories, and those are things that you can reflect on and which you've given back to a community, which is so important to me based on my background. And that's why I put together those programs that we did. And I appreciate you guys for being excited about being a part of them.
Man, we appreciate you showing us that opportunity. I've never really been surrounded by that too much, but it was a unique experience. I loved it.
Yeah, Ryan, you proved that it was a good environment.
Yeah.
Man, good times.
Yeah. So how do you guys balance? I always ask young kids this. When Ron and I were in school, we didn't have TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and all this, and you know, YouTube and Snapchat and Dick Dak and whatever the hell they got out there. Whatever it is, you know, you guys have so many distractions. I mean, you guys can go on your phone and be talking to people in Tibet, Africa, Yugoslavia. I mean, the world's watching. So how do you guys deal with that, all that distraction, and stay focused on your school and your athletics?
You just gotta, yeah, I feel like you just gotta find time for it and make what's most important, what you focus on, where you put your energy into. There's always gonna be distractions with social media, going to the club, or whatever it may be, but you just gotta focus on what's important to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like huge into social media, but I can definitely like find myself like just getting caught up in scrolling, and usually like we'll try to like just delete Instagram for a little bit, or like delete whatever for a little bit.
Oh, so you guys actually, you understand how consumed it could become, and you guys actually do things to take yourself away from it. I've never heard that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's refreshing to take a break from it, get back to reality.
Yeah. So Ryan, have you ever been catfished, or was it catfish?
No, I haven't.
Salmon fish? What the hell is catfish? Why?
No,
That's a stupid name. Anyway, I'm joking, man. Anyway,
Wait a minute, catfish, what's that?
catfish is when you get caught up with a fake chick. It like she'll text Ryan, she'd be some hot chick, but it'd be just pictures. He'll fall in love and find out it's not even a real person.
Oh,
Man.
oh, okay, all right. Yeah.
How about you, Mike? I never been.
Man, no, but Coach Jenkins, don't act like you don't know what that is.
I don't know. Hey, the only catfish I know, it comes from Kingfish over here on Crenshaw.
Yeah. Right. I'm like,
hey, so Mike, talk to me about your relationship with Coach Miller, and you know how that relationship was bonded and allowed you to accomplish some goals on the football field, and allowed you to accomplish some goals as a person and a football player in that one dream season, because it was a dream season.
Yeah.
Here we are coming off a 5-year losing streak or something like that.
23 years.
23 years?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Amazing.
And, you know, we turn things around and we get down to the last game of the season and we pull it out on the last second play. Talk to me about your relationship with Coach Miller. And
yeah. So Coach Miller has been like, he's huge impact on my life. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even be going to Tuskegee if it wasn't for him. He helped put that together for me, and just his constant, just relentless approach to everything. I mean, he's a competitor for sure, and I love it. I owe a lot of my success to him, especially. You know, just he's one of my favorite coaches. He's my favorite coach I've ever had, and he just has had a huge impact on my life, and I'm forever grateful.
Tell me a little bit about his philosophy and how it works for players.
So he's got a tough love philosophy. You got to earn that respect from him. He's always going to be joking on you and everything, which keeps practice fun and keeps football fun. Because it can get mundane, especially midway through the season and get to the end of the season. But yeah, I mean, just his approach to everything is inspiring for me, because I just see how motivated he is, and being around people who are so motivated like that, and in turn that's gonna rub off on you. So just being coached by someone who's an ultra competitor is definitely it was a good experience.
And you, in the beginning of the season, you had to go in his office sometime and sit down with him and find out where you were or where he was. And conversations that I came out with, he always proved to be right?
Well, I mean, I think we're similar in a lot of ways. I think we're both ultra competitors. So, just like, he gave me a lot of game, a lot of wisdom, and I'm extremely grateful for it. Yeah, so he definitely made me a better person and a better football player. And those talks were a part of it for sure.
Right. Well, I commend you for having the courage, to go in and speak with him. I think a lot of players lose out by not establishing a relationship with their head coach or even their position coaches. I was the kind of player that I felt like if I needed something to say, I felt like I could go in and talk to my position coach, because I just go under the old adage, um, if I don't talk to you, maybe you don't know me or get to know me or have a feeling about me. And because I understand the psychology of coaching, which is um, I need to get my coach to trust me. How can I get my coach to trust me? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. As a coach, do I trust this young man on 3rd and 10? Do I trust him in the fourth quarter? Do I trust him, to lead our team? Do I trust him on 3rd and 10? And I understand that, you know, the road to that success is not only getting to know each other through plays and signals and things like that, but through conversation as well. And I think that from a coach's perspective, when you come in and you sit down and you talk to a coach, that lets the coach know that you're serious about what's taking place. And even if you are questioning it, before you, even if you're questioning it, that's not a bad thing. It just shows how competitive you are and how much you want to win, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think sometimes people construe that, and well, he's arrogant or he's this, he's that. Well, shit, I want an arrogant, feisty quarterback. I want a guy that I know on the fourth quarter, the last play of the game, and I tell him, hey, just run the clock out. Next thing you know, he's throwing a 60-yard bomb for a win and a touchdown. That's the kind of guy I want on my team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's huge. You mentioned about like trust, and it took me like going in there and asking like, do you not trust me, Coach Miller? And he was like, no. He told me exactly why, and it was just helpful for me because I was like, okay, well, it felt like, he's a personable guy, so it was like he laid it out for me in a way where I'm like, okay, I can do that, and he gave me he made me feel like he believed in me, to be able to do some of those things, and I think, yeah, it was helpful.
Well, my head coach, the great Coach Sweeney, may he rest in peace, he believed in being a truth teller. And he felt like that was the way he could get the best out of his players, was to tell them the truth. And if the truth hurt, so be it. But he understood his position as a head coach, and he knew how it was supposed to be done. He knew it was supposed to be done the right way. And if you had a question about how it was supposed to be done and you weren't doing it the right way, then he was going to tell you, no, you're not doing it the right way. You need to do it this way.
Yep.
Yes, and I would say that proved positive for me as well. So kudos to you for going in and speaking up for yourself. And now you're on your way to Tuskegee University to play quarterback at an HBCU from an HBCU. I think it's awesome, man. I think it's awesome. Ryan, so you coming back with us next year? You got one more year. You're done with your injury. Things look good early in camp. What's your projections for next year, and what do you think about the team?
I really like our team coming in next year. It's, the chemistry and bond with the coaches, players, everything is kind of turned over from last year as well. And I'm ready to go. I'm on my revenge tour type of timing. So, anybody can get it, and I'm ready to go.
Okay.
That's awesome. So, hey, I talked. Miller is really big on education. He talked about, knowing you got want to see you guys curriculum, knowing what assignments are due and when they're due. Kind of walk us through how that has impacted you in your academic journey, and what type of influences he had on you for you guys to do not only the best on the football field, but also the best in the classroom.
I mean, it's helped motivate us in other aspects of our life just to stay disciplined and be able to knock out our schoolwork, do good on the field. I mean, we can't even practice if we don't do our schoolwork. He
Wow.
checks our grades.
That's huge.
So he's that serious about it, and I think it's a part of having a winning culture, doing everything the right way.
Mhm.
So very grateful for it.
That's awesome. So your major, what do you guys want to major in? And then what do you guys want to do with that major?
Shoot,
They probably gonna major in Black Studies.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You got a couple of John Browns here. They're gonna be out there protesting and yeah.
No, I'll probably do business. Just keep it broad.
Yeah, business.
Be a B major. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our pops does construction, so that's definitely like something that we'll probably get into after college and after football.
Okay. Okay. So you gonna do business? Okay. What about you, Ryan? What are you gonna do?
Business as well. Yeah.
Business as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys both going, you guys, one should do business finance, the other should business economics. Come on, man.
Yeah,
It's
true.
the same thing.
And I gotta concentrate though. I think I put finance and economics for my concentrate.
Yeah. So what are you looking for most about going to Tuskegee? That's a historic university. You got the Tuskegee Airmen, a lot of prominent African Americans that come through that institution. I know the football, but besides football, what are you looking for most about going to a historically Black college?
Yeah, I mean exactly like you said. They got a lot of history there. I mean, I'm kind of a history nerd. I like history a lot. So when I was making my decision to go there, I was like doing all the research on all the history of the school and the Tuskegee Airmen and all that. And yeah, I mean, I just found it really interesting. I'm excited to get out there and see some of those things that they got. Like Booker T. Washington's house is on campus.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that is super cool. And I've never really been to the South, so I'm trying to see what's up with the South.
Yeah. You have a good time.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be fun.
I think King's house is not too far from it either, I believe. It's Atlanta, right? It's Atlanta. Is Atlanta? Is it? Where's Tuskegee? Is it Atlanta?
Oh no, Tuskegee's in it's in Tuskegee. It's right next to Auburn. It's about like
Auburn. Oh, I'm thinking wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No. King's in Georgia. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What about you, Ryan? What do you want to major in? And we already said you want to major in. Where do you want to go to school at?
I would like to come play with Mike at Tuskegee.
Okay. All right.
I don't
That's
want
possible.
to, show him what we could have done last season. And so that's the goal this season. Graduate in December and ball out with this team and leave some good memories on the field and go link up with my brother again.
They had a coach came up to me after the HBCU combine. He's like, yeah, your brother looks good too. He's like, maybe y'all could link up and play next year, or maybe he'll get something better than you. I was like, okay, yeah.
You go.
That part right there. They tried to leave early in the year and go. What college you guys try to go to?
We were gonna go to Lincoln University in Oakland.
Yeah. that was a treat, huh?
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Starter up program.
Oh, okay. Never heard of that. They have a football team there?
Exactly. Yeah.
Was it?
No, they're a startup team.
Oh.
Yeah.
What division they in? 2, 8? They don't even know. I'm just kidding.
They got a schedule.
I got a schedule. So when you guys both leave, I know Ryan, you're gonna head. Mike, you're heading out. But what do you guys want people to say about you guys, your time at Southwest? They say, man, these two guys were like this. They meant this to this program. What would you like your legacy to be?
For me, it might be different. For me, I'm just very thankful for like the people that I've met here. I met lifelong friends on this team, and I'm definitely gonna be, all the coaches that I met are, lifelong friends as well, like lifelong relationships. But as far as what they would say about me, that I was a competitor and I showed up ready to work.
That's nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just want to help build something real nice at Southwest and leave it better than we found it. We've already done that. So now it's just about taking it to the next level.
Which is what?
Which is a state championship.
State championship.
Man, the Southwest.
Man.
What, Ryan? What do you got to say to those guys at Fullerton now?
Hey, you missed me.
Should have stayed down for the come up.
Stay down for the come up, huh?
Yeah.
Nah, nothing but love.
Well, it's funny. You were at another JC, right, Mike?
Yeah,
You were
like
at another
two other
JC,
JCs.
2 other JCs, and that's probably a time when you were like, "Man, this sucks. Like, what is this going to end up being?" You know, I'll go to Santa Ana, I don't make it there. What was the other school you went to?
Independence in Kansas. I mean, yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely went through
and
those times where I thought I was going to quit.
yeah, I mean, but you persevered, right? Through times when it didn't look like nothing was going to happen. So what do you have to say to guys that were in situations like you? What do you have to say to your teammates left behind about your journey? And what did you learn from that experience that could help those that are behind you?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's going to go through adversity, some more than others. Really, you just got to figure out what you want. If you really, truly want to play football at the next level, because it's more demanding, it's more, it's going to take, I mean, football really becomes your entire life when you're trying to do it at the level I'm trying to do it at. So you got to decide if you want that. And sometimes it sounds better than it is when you're actually in the grind every day, working out when you don't want to, and doing things that you don't want to because you know it's going to pay off. And it's an everyday grind. So, I mean, when you choose and decide that that's something that you really want to do with your life, then I think it's easy because you got to pick something in your life to put 100% effort into. So I've just chosen football.
Okay. What is it that one of my old coaches used to always say? You don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know now that you didn't know that you wish you would have knew to make the transition smoother?
Talking about from like JUCO to university, or from
Whatever knowledge that you want to pass on to those guys behind you who don't understand the process, you know,
I would
don't
say
understand the journey.
coming out of high school, definitely like I didn't really believe it too much when people were telling me that grades matter. I knew they mattered, but I figured like, oh, if I do my thing well enough on the field, it won't matter. Which I found out it matters either way, whether you're doing good or not. And then, I mean, I kind of figured that out in college. I did better in college, and then coming out of JUCO, I mean, yeah, I'll just say, I honed in on my grades, which really helps.
So you would put more of an emphasis on education.
Yeah.
Going to class serious, doing your homework, focusing on your education part of it. Because really, I mean, we say it all the time, but yet guys are always ending up in situations where their education is holding them back, whether it's because they didn't apply themselves to study, they didn't apply themselves in the classroom, or they, for whatever reason, begin dropping classes. And they don't understand that we as coaches, we've taken the journey already, and we know what it takes to get from A to B, B to C, C to D. And education plays a bigger role than sometimes we want to believe.
Yep.
Yeah. It seems like you're a really good, you're a leader, right? Because what you've been through, and you've never, ever given up, Mike. So when you see people that on your team that are slacking, or that don't have the motivation and drive that you have, how do you go about approaching them to help them, get better and pull through their hard time?
I mean, I think first just doing it yourself.
Right.
Like I'll try not to say, I mean, I won't say anything unless I'm doing it myself. So,
That's right.
But at a certain point, you got to say something.
Right.
Right. I mean, so like just letting them know, and it doesn't have to be in like a dickhead type of way. Like, excuse my language, but you can be cool about it, but you can also, let them know, make them feel like, man, I'm not keeping the standard that the quarterback is, or that whoever is, you know.
So let me ask this question. This is this question evolves around, when do you know if you have a guy on the team and he becomes maybe a cancer where he's hurting the team, and you are empowered to get him off the team? When do you draw that line? When do you say, because coach, this guy is he's tearing our locker room apart. He doesn't want it. When if you had that power, when do you draw that line?
Man, thankfully I don't have to. I mean, my first year at Southwest, I would say, you know, there were some problems with, like, when you have no discipline at all and nothing matters, then people are going to do anything they can, and if they get away with it, they're going to continue to do it. So, you know, this year we didn't have to worry about any of that because all the coaches were super dialed in, super disciplined, and I realized that they didn't even have to kick anybody off the team. If they weren't doing what they were supposed to do, they were almost embarrassed or let known about it so many times that they just stopped coming.
Exactly.
Wow. So Ryan, what does that mean to you, seeing your brother, what he's went through, to never give up, being a leader by doing it, and then by saying it? What does that mean you have a brother like that, and how does that influence you?
Man, it's really inspirational, honestly, you know, because we've been through everything with each other, every high, every low. So, you know, it's inspirational to see my brother come out on top of his JUCO journey. And it's just real good to see. I know he's excited for what I'm going to do next year. So it's all love.
So is that real hair, or you guys got Jerry curl? No, I'm just joking. Y'all trying to fit in with the brothers, go get a Jerry curl. No, I'm joking.
Man. a little bit of product just to keep it fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it, man. Yeah. Hey, man, you guys, man, look, it's been an absolute joy. You guys are about your business. You guys work hard. You guys are grounded. And I see nothing but just big things in your future, man. And that's why it's such a joy having you guys on. Because the Franklin brothers, you guys are clearly built different.
Yes, sir.
Man, you guys, man.
Hey,
thank you,
guys.
You're welcome, brother.
I mean, I feel privileged, you know, to have you guys on here, not from my standpoint, but just knowing how special you guys are to each other. And I couldn't do this without having you both on. It's been fun being around you guys, and Ryan, I hope next year you get to play with your brother, or you get to play somewhere else. You deserve it, but you got to work hard to get it. Your brother has shown you the way, like he has most of your childhood. And I appreciate you guys being here. And hopefully we'll have you on, Ryan, next year telling us what school you're going to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Ryan, you got Ron. Ron was a bad boy. So, I mean, it's not, you got a one who's been to a junior college and made it to the next level successfully. So he has all that wisdom to pour into you. So if you're listening to Ron and you're doing your work, you're going to be there. Guaranteed.
Absolutely. That's my guy.
That's right. My man, brothers, thank you guys for coming. And I know you guys are going to be successful, man. I'm just going to sit back and watch, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate
my guys, man. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you.
Man,
all right. You. Peace, guys.
Hey,
Peace, guys.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
Why you keep flaking on golf?
Oh man,
y'all don't want to. Y'all don't.
You know what it is?
Y'all don't want to see me on the golf course yet.
Okay, but what happened the last hole that we played together?
Oh,
you beat me.
Yeah.
Oh,
why we keep flaking though?
I let you win. I wanted you to like the game.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all
later,
man.
Peace.